Hello and welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly war game and board game podcast or tabletop podcast. I'm Shane. As always, I'm hanging out via telecommunications with Fox.
Welcome to you, to us, and to me.
Yep. Today, we are going back in and talking about 5 Parsecs from Home.
Oh, man. I'm so excited to be talking about 5 Parsecs from Home, this episode's sponsor. No? Did we
No.
send the email? We did. Okay.
That didn't happen, dude.
Well, I mean, this game's okay, I guess. So, just quickly, before we get into it, we're going to talk a little bit about, we've played a turn one. So, one singular turn of this game. And we're going to talk about it each because it's a solo tabletop RPG war game. It's the best way I can explain it. You roll up your crew in this RPG kind of way on these big D100 tables. So you roll your D100 dice, and it tells you this is a human. Its background is this. Its class is this. Its profession's this. Blah 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 blah, and that gives you all the stats, and you load them up with equipment, and then it all kind of compiles into a tabletop game where you play through a particular mission that you roll up. The mission has certain rewards, payoffs, etc., and that has implications for your crew. And it's just great because it's miniature agnostic. It's sci-fi themed, which makes up majority of miniatures in the tabletop game anyways.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've all got some sci-fi miniatures.
Yeah, and for people like me too, I didn't want to get miniatures for a whole new game, and I selected a crew size of 4. So I could just go find 4 miniatures that I felt best suited my crew, and now I've only got to paint up 4. It's also inspired me to get some dope terrain, and it's just a sweet game. And people in our Discord have been slamming it, and it's so fun to hear about because it creates a story, the RPG nature of it. So people in our Discord would be talking about how dope it is, and we've just got so many more people wanting to play it from reading Rad Rooster and he's got a whole website dedicated to his missions.
He does. It's a blog. It's an actual blog. Like it's got, step by step, everything, each game, like battle reports of a sort. So it's insane. And we've also met some cool guys from, I think one of them's from Canada. I'm pretty sure he came over from one of the Facebook pages that found us, like because of the last episode. So it's such a great little community and little scene, and it's just popping.
It is popping, and I think it speaks to the game when people can just talk about it, and other people just want to have that experience based on some people are posting photos, but they're mostly big write-ups of what you did in your game, and that alone has caused so many people to go, all right, you've convinced me. How do I do this? And we're like, what is the book, like $30? I can't remember.
I think so. Yeah. Or maybe not even. Like I think I got mine the digital copy. Oh, it might have been $30 Australian, I think. Yeah. On Drive Through RPG, $20, something like that. Like it was, for what I've already gotten out of it, it's paid for itself 3 times over.
Oh,
and that's only like one day,
Yeah. Yeah, you're spot on. So, well, do you want to run through? Let's start with our crews. Let's do a little rehash. I think we talked a little bit about them on the last episode.
We did. We talked about what we rolled up, and I don't think we either of us had names for them and everything like that. But I've gone through and named all mine, so I'm happy to introduce the crew, reintroduce the crew, I should say.
Yeah, do it. I don't know. Yeah, I'll be honest. I can't remember anything about your crew, so I'm excited to hear about them.
I'll tell you.
Okay, do it. I
wrote up 6 characters, 6 members of my crew. My leader is Tamsin Leith. She is a human. Her background is the Tech Guild, and her motivation is fame. And her class is an agitator. So she comes from a tech society, and she has just grown up watching TikTok, and she wants to become a famous TikToker.
There you go.
She's also good at irritating people and getting under their skin. So she
was made for TikTok.
Agitator.
Yeah. She's like one of those provocative TikToks where she doesn't actually believe a certain thing, but she's just she'll go on and make the vaccine gave me horse hooves.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you'd be like, and then you see she's got like 4 million likes and a bunch of comments saying, "Yeah, me too. What the heck?
Yep.
Why is no one talking about this?" She's that person.
That's her.
Yep.
What
was her name again? Sorry.
Tamsin Leith.
Tamsin Leith. Okay.
Yep.
Noted.
I equipped her with an infantry laser, which is one of the weapons that I rolled up, which is also something you do is you get, X amount of weapons for your crew, and then there's bonuses that your crew have, like their motivation or their class or their background, which can give you extra rolls. I ended up having like a bunch of weapons. Like one dude brought like who was it? It was my Karen, I don't know how to pronounce it yet. Karen.
Oh yeah,
one of the aliens. But he rolled up. He had like one military weapon, one low tech weapon, one high tech weapon. So I'm like, this guy's just got a bag full of guns. Like,
wow, yeah.
Anyway, I'll get to him. So that's Tamsin. She's the boss. She's the leader.
Sorry,
you're right.
Just choked for a second. Then I wanted to be like, wait, Shane. I think the rules. I think the way it works. I don't know. This is the thing. I think will be a theme throughout the episode. We may. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've played our first round. What do we know?
True.
The way I read it actually is that, like, although when on your character you roll up a certain trait and it might say, okay, they're from a low tech colony, so they get +1 low tech weapon.
Yeah.
The way I read it is that goes into your stash.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Like, oh, that's what you did. So you chose to equip him with all 3 because you just wanted to deck out the alien.
Oh no, he's not equipped with that.
Oh,
that's just what all his motivations and his classes brought. He's only got one weapon.
Sure. Okay, I understand now. So yeah, he rolled up those 3 and he brought them to the team and he's like, "This is what I'm bringing. What do you guys got?"
That's the fluff of the story.
Yeah, right.
He actually hasn't got a bag of guns on him for the whole game.
I was like, "Damn, this guy sounds lit."
No,
yeah,
he shared them. He shared them. He can share.
Nice.
Anyway, so that's Tamsin. She's the leader. Next is Rathi Tenno. He's the Karen. He's an alien. I'm butchering these names, by the way, but
that's fine. They're your names, dude. Oh, you mean of the races? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're embarrassing everyone. Yeah, for sure.
I hope so. His background he's an orphan from the Unity program. His motivation is escape, and he is an enforcer.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so I gave him just a handgun and a boarding saber, a sword, a melee weapon.
What are do you know the stats on that? Like, how's that different? I've just got regular blades, but that sounds way cooler.
It's just brawl, but it's got 1 damage. It's got melee and elegant, so I'm not sure what elegant does, but it's got to be good.
Elegant.
He's the Karen, they're a warrior race, like a noble sort of fighter, so that's why I gave him the sword.
Sure.
And only a handgun. Okay, he's got a hand. He wanted just to have a sword all the time, but Tamsin said, "No, you have to at least have 1 gun on you at all times.
1 McShooty."
Yeah,
and so that's fair.
Yeah, so he's like, "All right, fine."
That's a good leader, to be honest.
Yeah. Next is Camden Alcantar. That is my mysterious human that I rolled up. From a low tech colony that worships alien culture. His motivation is glory, and he is a nomad. I equipped him with a colony rifle.
Rifle.
Yeah, just stock standard shooter.
Yeah, your weapons seem way cooler than mine.
I rolled up some great guns. I rolled up like 3 colony rifles, but some other good guns.
I don't think I got a single colony rifle, but on your roll up, you can almost pick between military and high tech, I believe.
To a point, yeah. I think there's something that gives you the option to pick.
I think it's savvy, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So like you can by default, I think, take 3 military weapons, but you can change any of those for high tech for every point of savvy you have, and you usually roll like 2 savvy, roughly.
Yeah. Well, I've got 3 characters with savvy.
Yeah, there you go. So you could have gone all high tech. I don't know if the one's better or worse. I just feel like they're different styles. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Camden. The next one I have is another human. His name is Darwin Cantos. He is from a subjugated colony on an alien world. Contrary to his name, his motivation is faith, and his class is a troubleshooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I equipped him with a colony rifle and a handgun. I don't know if you can have sidearms like a pistol. I feel like you can because you can use it in combat. At least that's what I'm reading.
Oh, okay. You want to know if you can have two guns? Is that the
like a pistol?
Yeah,
and a
question.
rifle, maybe.
So,
someone will tell us if I can't.
Yes, weapon limit. A character may carry 2 weapons plus a pistol class weapon or blade.
Okay, cool.
So in theory,
2
you
guns
could probably
plus a melee weapon or a pistol.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just happened to be on that exact page of the rulebook because I was looking up elegant for you, which is the keyword on your thing. Yep. You actually, when brawling, you can re-roll the dice with elegant.
I like that.
That's pretty big, man.
Any re-roll is a good re-roll.
Although, on a side note, it says, as the second part of that paragraph, it says, enemies will always re-roll if they have a lower total than their opponent and can improve the result.
Interesting.
I don't know what that means. If that means enemies can always re-roll if they have a lower total than their opponent. I didn't play that at all. Anyways, I don't know. That's part of elegant, so I'll ignore that.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Next is my bot. His name is FX85GT, but he likes to be called FX.
Yeah.
He is just a stock standard robot. I can't
wait to see how he affects your games.
Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out soon enough.
Good.
I equipped him with a military rifle and a beam pistol, which is a pretty good gun. And last but not least is my engineer. His name is Bayard Hapoy. He used to get upset because people could never pronounce his name right, but now he just laughs. His background is from he's a lower megacity class, so he sort of grew up in the slums, but he's on Struggle Street a bit. His motivation is discovery, and he is a hacker, and I gave him just a beam pistol.
Just a beam pistol?
Yep.
Old mate's rolling through the shanks with a beam pistol.
He's an engineer, dude, so he's not really going to see much combat.
Sure.
I'm going to try and keep him pretty safe. He's a bit flimsy.
The beam pistol's actually no joke either. 10 inches. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Not bad. And damage 1, which I learned in my game.
Yep.
That can make a difference.
For my game, spoiler alert, it did.
Yeah. And the beam pistol has critical.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
It's on 6s. It counts as 2 hits.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So hit roll to 6 is hit roll of 6.
Yeah, counts as 2 hits.
That would have
so
come
then you
in
roll
handy.
two damage dice. Yeah, it's pretty nice on a pistol, which you can. Anyways.
Yeah. And my ship was a cargo ship. I named it the CS Agora, so cargo ship Agora.
Nice.
It gets its name from the ancient Greek marketplaces on Terra, which were also called agoras.
That's brilliant, dude. Your naming conventions are out of this world, like your crew. 5 parsecs from home.
Yeah, so that's the crew. I don't know of a crew name yet. I had to put something in there, so I put the Tunnel Snakes, but that's going to change.
Why? I love that.
It's from Fallout 3, dude.
Is it? I haven't actually played any Fallout games.
It was actually a meme when I wrote it. I laughed.
Did you?
More than I'd like to admit.
I love it. Yeah. So is that... Yeah, I don't want to know about Fallout. No. That's for a different time.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. Maybe the snake tunnels.
Something like that. Yep. we'll
That's
see.
Sweet. So how many crew in total?
6.
6. You want the full hog. The whole hog.
Yep.
Well, I want to hear about your game, but I want to talk about my crew first.
I would rather hear about your crew than talk about my game, to be honest.
Wow. Is that a foreshadowing? How bad was your game?
No, my game was good. It was
Okay,
really
all
good.
right, awesome.
Yeah.
You want to get all the bad shit out of the way first, and then
That's
you can
right,
talk
Tim.
about your dope game.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as I mentioned, I'm actually playing this game on challenging, by the way, if I may
Oh,
flex for a
shit.
moment.
Yeah. Look
I
out.
wanted a challenge.
I'm playing on normal.
I mean, you're a normie. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. You're right.
He just gets it. Yeah, which actually I've got it, this might be one of the things about the game where I'm not quite sure, but challenging, usually the rules mean when you roll up for enemies, you take the highest result.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm playing with a crew of 4. And one of the things it says to do if you're rolling as a crew of 4 instead of 6, when rolling for enemies, take the lowest result. So I'm like, hold on a minute, my head hurts. Which do I do?
Yeah.
So I haven't quite figured that out. So I tried to play on hard mode and I picked the highest result when rolling for enemies. But we'll talk about that in the the battle step.
Yeah.
So my team, same as last time, I managed to find them. Spoiler alert, I've had to remake my crew 4 times.
Wow.
They haven't changed at all, thank goodness, but now I've made them so many times that I know them super well.
You
so
got
I've
it memorized.
I do.
Yeah.
And it helps because I sort of made them like I had an old crew on a game. It was like a sci-fi RPG game, PC game, and I'm kind of rolling with a similar crew. So I've got Zaven Fox, which is in my head me, kinda like a cool version of me, a sci-fi version of me. He's a human. His background's a long-term space mission.
Okay.
His motivation is discovery, and his class is nomad. So those all come together to me in a story that he's the leader and also the captain of my ship called the Ambition.
Nice.
And to do that, this long-term space mission he's been on was his ticket to get that ship, basically. So he worked for a company that said, well, you work for us and part of your contract is at the end of the 5 years, you get the ship on a low interest rate, so to speak.
Okay, yeah.
And that suits him fine because he's a nomad motivated by discovery. So he was like, sure, I can't normally buy a ship outright. They're usually too expensive to buy. So I'll do this mission that kind of pseudo pays it off over the 5 years for doing the missions.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and he loves discovery. So it was like, wow, you're paying me, but I'm also getting to do what I love. So that's great.
Yeah.
Now, his brother, Imber Fox, is a human also from a research outpost.
Mm-hmm.
And he's motivated by loyalty, and his class is a trader. So he's obviously the brother of Zaven, but he's been working on at a research outpost, and he's sort of his main goal is to become like, he loves trading, but he's been spending his time at this research outpost on like how to maintain ships and how to research new modules for ships. He's sort of in the I guess the ship department of the research outpost, and how to which helps because I guess his plan comes together with Zaven's, which is Zaven will bring a ship, but he'll need Imber to be able to like maintain it and stuff.
Yeah.
And it helps Imber when he goes to trade stuff because he can see the value in certain things. He can like take a little piece of scrap and go back to the ship and sort of fix it up, shine it up, make a few additions to it, and take it back to the market and get a good return.
Nice.
He's a bit of a thrifty kind of guy in that sense.
Yep.
And then there is, I've called her Rel. Her last name is Del Eat, and I hope that she deletes some people.
Okay.
Rel is also a human, so no matter how many times this team rolled up, like I remember rolling up 2 initial teams with 6 crew, and no matter what, I was always getting 5 humans. So then I rolled up 4, and I was like, I'll probably get all 4 humans, but I got 3 humans and 1 soulless. So,
oh, nice.
that was a nice change for me.
Yeah.
So I've got Rel. She's a human, also from a lower megacity class. Same as who was it on yours from a lower megacity class? Who
It
was that?
was Bayard Hapoi.
Ah, yes, the man with a sense of humor about his name.
Yeah.
And fair enough. So Rel is also from that class. She's a bit of an adventurer. Oh, wait, sorry. No, her motivation is romance and her class is troubleshooter.
Okay.
So in my mind, she's got a bit of a crush on, let's say, Imber Fox.
Oh, yes.
Because when Zaven returned to Imber and was like, yo, dude, I got the ship. Have you got the skills? Let's go. He was like, yeah, but I also got this chick that's good at blasting people off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Let's bring her.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, man, sure. Just don't let it get romantic, He was like, no, it's platonic. So Rel's with us now, and we also got a Solus who came with the ship and has been with me on my long-term space mission, and his name is 43IB Mark IV.
Nice.
We just call him 43.
Yeah.
And he's motivated by loyalty, and he is a what's it say? Spaceship crew. So, yeah, of course, he came with the ship. So,
yeah.
So he's loyal to whoever the captain of the ship is. He doesn't really care who that is. It's within his programming, or I don't really know. I just figured Solus were androids. So
I think they are androids.
Yeah. So he kind of he's effectively just another module of the ship. So
yeah,
but a functioning one.
Yeah.
So and my ship, the Ambition, is just an old worn colony ship, which is just a standard issue ship.
Yep.
So I was pretty happy to get that as a return of my long-term space mission.
Yep.
They didn't pay me in credits, so to speak, but I've got a ship now.
They gave you the opportunity to buy a ship.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. At a discounted price, man. It was 10% off.
Who are you working for? Amazon or something?
No breaks. You should see the ship. It is just covered in urine. And 2-minute noodles.
Yeah.
So, yeah. My crew name is called The Smoke.
The Smoke?
Yeah, I called them The Smoke because where there's smoke, there's fire. And that's kind of telling of my crew.
Mm-hmm.
So where there is my crew, there is probably fire.
Okay, yeah.
Which couldn't be more cliche for a ragtag crew of ruffians.
Nice.
They're in trouble with the authorities and are in it for the credits. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot to mention my crew met in a spaceport and they're starport scum. So,
well, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Starport scum. Does that just mean they kind of hang around the starport looking for trouble?
Yeah, I think they're just like eshays and they just like bum ciggies off everyone.
Yeah, I like that. And now they've sort of met together over the course of months or whatever.
Yeah.
And they've sort of formed a crew and they're like, you know what? Let's just snag a ship.
Yeah, let's just stop asking people if they got to smoke and get their lives together.
Yeah. I mean, why can't we? We know this spaceport like the back of our hands. Let's just go snag a cargo ship and get the fuck out.
Exactly.
That's cool. I like your crew.
Thank you. I like your crew too.
Yeah, you don't have to lie to me, but that's fine. But the way you said that, it sounded like you said crew, so that's nice.
You didn't believe it though? I tried.
No. Yeah, I mean, I know you do, so you don't have to waste your time lying to me. Say your crew's garbage, man. Mine's better. So that's your crew. That's my crew. And that also gives people a little flavor on, like, that's just everything we've tallied up from crew creation.
Yeah.
We haven't even played the bloody game yet, so to speak.
But there was a lot of dice rolls to create that.
Yeah.
Like, if you had to put a number on it, how many times do you reckon you rolled the dice to create even your 4 characters?
Like, it's like 30?
It's at least 3 times per character. No, it's like... Anyway, it's at least 30.
Yeah. I felt like it was like 30. And even if it wasn't, it felt like 30. So. But it was fun because, like, you just, like, as you're rolling them, and we said this on our last 5 Parsecs episode, the story just sort of, like, unfolds in front of you. Like, you roll, it's a human. Okay, now I got a picture of them.
Yeah.
So and then you roll another thing, and it's like, okay, they're from a lower megacity. You're like, all right, so that's their background. that's not who they are now, but it tells a lot about their story.
Yeah.
So they're from, they're probably scrappy, and then you roll another thing and it's like they're motivated by whatever explore discovery, and you're like, of course, they've been in this lower mega city for most of their life. Now they want to get out and see the planets. So
yep, they've been looking up at the stars every night, and now they get to adventure them.
Yeah, and then you roll up a class, and it's like they're a hacker, and you're like, oh well, while they're at the mega city, they were slowly trying to find some sort of excitement down there, and hacking was how they did it, and now they're So it's very cool. But it's such a small part of the game. So why don't you run me through everything you did in your turn 1? Like, tell me about that battle. Tell me about everything.
Easy, dude. All right, so now there was a few extra things that I could have done that I didn't. I didn't really pre-game. I didn't send my crew off to train or anything like that. I think I sent one person to go and try and buy something, but they failed the roll. So I just
my crew's garbage. Let's get
pretty much
scrap. Yeah.
I was like, let's just do it. Let's just see what we find.
Yeah.
So my crew, as they met in a starport all together on the same planet, they don't quite know how or why they all got there, but they did. At the moment, they don't even really know what planet they're on. They are just there to find out and to get the fuck off. My mission, so first I rolled for deployment. So on the D100 table, I rolled 73. Now, that gave me the delayed deployment. So that meant 2 of my crew were late to the party. So when the game started, I started with only 4 people on the table. And at the end of every turn, I would roll a D6. And if I could roll equal to or below the turn or the round, one person would get to show up, or that person would get to show up. So first 2 people who were late was FX and Camden. They were both late.
That's so Camden, dude.
I know, right? I know.
He's always doing that shit.
Typical, being all mysterious.
Yeah. Am I going to show up? Mystery.
Exactly, dude. He's a man of mystery.
And FX is like, well, let's see how I can affect them not showing up.
Exactly. The next roll was the objective roll. So on a D10 table, I rolled a 6, and that gave me the access mission. So for that mission, I had to place a computer terminal in the center of the table, and
cool.
I would have to move to that at some point and roll in the combat round or phase, whatever you want to call it. I would have to roll a 6, and then I would successfully extract the data from the terminal, and then I would need to get out.
Wow.
So
that sounds hard to do, man. Because like even if you had 6 turns, your chances don't change. It's still 1 in 6 every turn.
50-50.
50-50. What are the odds? Uh-oh.
Are you there?
Where did you go? We've had a moment where... Oh, are you back?
I lost you for a second then.
I lost you also.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're back now. There's something,
back.
A bug flew into the satellite that provides us to direct connection.
Yeah. I think the Tesla coils that power our society saw a moth or something.
Yeah. Or I saw a moth and they were attracted to the moth. Wouldn't that be such a plot twist? Instead of a moth going to the light. Moth.
Jesus
Christ. The coils just start running to the moth. The moth's like, what the fuck, dude? I'm trying to go to this light. Anyways.
All right. So I'm looking at the little thing and you...
I peeked. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Churchy, he'll fix it. Don't worry.
Edit it. Cut Fox's audio for the last 10 minutes.
All right. I don't know. So what you heard? Oh yeah. So you for the roll, the 6 to get the data from the thing.
50-50. Yep.
It wasn't. Yeah, 50-50. It wasn't too hard because I played on a 2x2 table. Right. I made a pretty small map. The enemy. I rolled up. I rolled a 99 on the first D100 table, and that gave me a roving threat. And then that led me to another table where I rolled an 86 and I got vent crawlers. So straight away, I'm imagining basically xenomorphs from Alien, gene stealers, something very scary that would just bust through like a sheet metal wall,
very
big
cool.
teeth, big spikes kind of thing. And the battlefield, I ended up going for a cargo depot because I was like, well, what kind of terminal would you want to get to? And I was like, maybe they want to find some a ship manifest or cargo manifest or something like that from a ship that might have landed. So yeah, on a 2x2 map. So kind of small,
cool.
but not bad for the first game.
I'm curious, and we'll talk about it after you tell me about, maybe after we talk about both, because I also played on 2x2, so I want to get your thoughts on that size as well.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Easy, no worries. Round 1, so that kicked off. So I rolled pretty well for initiative to start with. My crew all moved up towards the console. Rolling initiative gave me the option to activate in the quick phase, which is before the enemy, which took me so long to figure out. Like, when do I do stuff? When do I move? When do I shoot? When do I do this? And it's like, if you get initiative, you do it all in the quick phase, or you do it after the enemy in the slow phase. So that kind of reminded me of,
maybe
I did something wrong.
Possibly. So did you? So before the game happens, turn 1.
Yeah.
Did you win the initiative? Is that what you said?
No.
Okay, so they won the initiative.
Yep.
So you didn't get and then after that, on turn 1, because there's like an initiative step that if you win it, you kind of get to do a free action.
You get to roll if you roll you roll under the reaction score of your crew, they get to activate in the quick phase.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's also a seize the initiative thing where before the game even starts.
Yeah. When I said initiative, I meant the reaction roll. I guess you might. I don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah. Reaction roll. Yeah.
So I scored reaction for a couple of dudes the first turn.
Sure. Awesome. So you rolled like 6 die or 4 dice because you only got 4 on the table.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, and I think I got like 2 1s and a 2, and I was like, sweet, everyone bar 1 is going in the quick phase. It was great. Awesome. Yeah, I was like, first time I was excited to see a shit roll.
Yeah. In fact, if you're someone that's just like the dice are always against you, this is the game for you.
This is you roll 6 every day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I do like that. I like the 3 steps. It's the quick phase, the enemy phase, and then the slow phase.
That is
and
cool.
So and the reaction is basically pseudo initiative. It's like
pretty much. Yeah.
The higher that stat is, the more likely you are to
go first. Higher reaction, you're going to move quicker, and
so that's cool. So 3 of your persons or creatures or peoples or aliens or bots, whatever. Got to go in the quick phase. That's dope.
Yeah. So they all just moved up. The enemy deployed behind containers, so they weren't even in line of sight.
Sure.
So I just did the dash, so they get to move an extra 2 inches closer to that terminal in the middle. And then so I moved up to console. The enemy vent crawlers, they came scrambling over these crates and containers.
Wow.
And so my crew were in cover with their weapons at the ready. Round 2. So the crew moved up on the approaching vent crawlers. Tamsin shoots her infantry laser and misses. Bayard, the engineer, shoots his beam pistol and misses. Darwin shoots his colony rifle, which also misses.
Okay, good.
Everyone missed.
Yeah, that was a theme in my game as well. So that's good. I wanted to make sure I was playing it correctly. So it sounds like I was. Yeah,
I was at that point. Most of my weapons weren't in there. They were. If you're within 6, I think you get a +1 cover and all that things affect it. So I was hitting on 6s every time.
Basically,
most time at this point, every time, most time. Yeah. So the crawlers, they continued their charge towards my crew. The FFX, the bot, he decides to show up.
Awesome.
He beeps something about talking to a gorgeous ATM. As why he was late. Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, there's 2 motivations for that: deposit and withdrawal on repeat. So you know it. Respect. I mean, when he shows up, the crew's just like, fair enough.
Yeah.
To be honest, surprised you weren't later. Surprised you came so quick.
He wasn't surprised. So round 3. So FX, he gets initiative this round. He moves up and fires his military rifle. He hits a crawler. It falls from the crate, but it quickly gets back up. So I didn't actually kill it, or I just knocked it and stunned it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like stunning a cockroach. You're like, well, this is going to last a brief few seconds, and then after that, you're just going to be chaos again.
Just set the joint on fire.
Yeah.
So at this point, the crawlers are pretty much upon the crew.
Wow.
It's getting hairy. Tamsin, she fires her infantry laser at the closest crawler, hits it again, only stuns it. Bayard blasts one with his beam pistol, and he cuts a perfect hole right through from one end to the other. I just imagine a core right through this thing, and it just slumps to the floor.
Awesome. Good shot.
Yep.
Funny
so he
name.
got the first kill and 1 XP.
True.
Yes. Quick trigger.
Yeah, nice.
Ruthie and Darwin, they both hit as well, but they only stun their opponents. They fail to kill it or to hurt it. Round 4, Camden rocks up. The last guy that's been late.
At least he showed up.
Yeah, true. For some reason, he's covered almost entirely in glitter. No one bothers to ask him why. He's just mysterious
just Camden,
like that.
Dude. Yeah, exactly. He shows up in glitter, and you're like, well, it'd be weird if you weren't in glitter.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's blatantly obvious, though, that he wants someone to ask where he's been, but no one does.
That's why no one does.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man, gosh, all this
glitter.
damn glitter. I mean, if it weren't for the glitter, I would have been here earlier, but alas, the glitter.
Exactly. Everyone is quick on their feet except for Camden, who is too busy brushing glitter off himself.
Yeah, it's this is way more than I originally anticipated.
Yeah, it's like,
on account of the event.
In my ear?
Yeah. Hey guys, how do you think it got in my ear? All this glitter.
Yeah.
We're just like.
So yeah, while he's doing that, Bayard makes a break for the terminal. After all, this is meant to be an easy mission. Just download the cargo manifest for the last ship to arrive to port.
Standard.
Everyone else moves into position, ready to fire. As an engineer, Bayard knows exactly what buttons to press to get this machine to purr. A roll of 3 plus 3 savvy is enough to get the information.
The savvy helps. That's cool.
Hell
I was
yeah.
like, how are you ever going to do this on a 6?
All I need is 3 with him.
Wow. Big savvy.
He's switched on. Oh, yeah. He's switched on, dude. He's a smart cookie.
That's cool.
FX shoots his beam pistol and blasts a crawler. So that's 2 down, 4 to go, right? 4 crawlers. Yeah. And then so the round two.
You got this. I believe in you.
It's a big word, dude.
Yeah,
round 5.
All the glitter in your throat. How to get that? Sorry, can you wipe your webcam? I can't see you through all the glitter. It's like a filter. It's like a Snapchat filter.
Churchy can edit that in, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, please. Churchy, I'll give you an extra $20 if you can put glitter on. We won't know till it goes up on the tube. So
True. So at this point, start around 5, the crew need out, right? These crawlers, there's 2 of them are dead, 4 of them are still coming, and they are almost fully swarmed in, right? So
wow.
It's time to go. I pulled the old story, it's time to go rule, which means you can end the game at any point.
You booked it.
Pussied out hard, dude. I was like, man, fuck this, I'm outie.
I'm too old for this shit.
Pretty much.
So what does that mean? You kind of completed your mission, though. So is that kind of the benefit of being able to book it?
Because I was playing against a roving threat which had the rampaging keyword, I would have normally just passed the mission if it was, I think, pretty much anything else. But I had to either fully kill them, which means I would also get holding the field, or I had to get all my crew to aboard edge.
Okay.
And it wasn't going to happen, dude. These things were moving 6 inches every turn. My crew at most would move 6, I think. They were going to get me, with the dash. Yeah, they were going to get me at some point. And so I was like, nah, fuck it. Let's just get out of here. Everyone's untouched. So yeah, did that.
What is? I mean, I'm not a pussy, so I don't know. What is book? So what does that look like in terms of your actual mission? Did you get any rewards?
Yeah. So
do you have to still do stuff to try and do it? to like get out of
No.
there?
No.
You just say, I'm out.
Yep, I'm outie.
Okay.
Yep. You do miss out on heaps. Like I was reading through the post game stuff, and if I had have like held the ground or whatever it's called, holding the field, killed them
Hold
all,
the field.
and
Yeah.
I would have got so much more good shit, right?
Yeah.
More XP and everything like that. But
Yeah.
I managed to get 5 credits, so I roll of 1d6. I rolled a 5, and I was like, that's
yeah.
good. I'm happy
Take
with that.
that.
3
So
XP
you
for each
peaked out.
crew.
How much?
Exactly, 3 XP each.
Wow.
Yeah, plus 1
cool.
extra for Bayard as he got the first kill.
Deserved
So,
it.
yeah.
Old Glitter Monkey rocked up, did nothing. Got 3 XP.
Yeah, just for showing up late.
Yeah.
FX is sort of he's excused because he came in and did some shit.
Yeah, he killed a crawler. Yeah.
He did. Yeah. But yeah, my game was I'm going to call it 5 proxies from home because miniatures were proxied everywhere. Like I'm using Gene Stealers, Pure Strain Gene Stealers as event crawlers. I'm using like an AdMech as my engineer, a Tau as like one of my other aliens. And then I used an old Necron, like the metal ones, right, as the bot.
Of course.
Yeah, and then a couple of like other just like these dudes that I've been building, which are like something else. I'll just show the camera. I don't know if it's any good or not.
Yeah. I mean, if you hold it still, it might be.
I don't know why I did that.
Here's this thing I got going on. Don't know if that looks good.
So
no, that was, you sent me pictures. They look sweet. Those little knots. Are they the not stormtroopers?
They're the not stormtroopers. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool for not something from the Star Wars universe.
Exactly. Not RP infringing at all.
Not even close. Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's cool. That's one of the cool things about 5 Parsecs. Like you got some Gene Stealers and you heard vent crawlers, and that's what you saw in your head, and you threw them on the table, and that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know. And then you've got a bot. Why wouldn't he be like a metal skeleton? Why not? That's like what someone would make in their basement, you know.
Yeah.
And then you've got a Tau, which is a futuristic, like it's just armor. That could be anyone under there.
That's it.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
So it was good. It was good. Like as far as I sort of wasn't really happy with the table because I'm looking at it and I'm like, I need more non-GW terrain. Like this is all I've got, you know?
Yeah.
I need generic sci-fi stuff. Like so I was like, all right, fine. I'll just do a cargo depot. I'll use some containers, some crates, some pipes, some boxes, some barrels, like all stuff that's not glaringly obvious. It's, you know, from the 41st millennium.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad. But,
you sent me a picture of your table. I don't know if you've got it, maybe we'll pop it up on the screen now.
Maybe.
I clicked, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, I thought it looked cool, man, because it felt like I was talking to you earlier. Like I got caught up in the same thing where I'm like, I need dense thematical terrain, but sometimes thematical terrain is completely different to balanced terrain. You know, if you're telling a story, sometimes you don't fight in these optimal balanced battle zones, you know? Sometimes they're so dense you can barely move. Sometimes they're so open you get shot across the table. That's just the way life is. So it is cool to be able to like throw a table together no matter what you've got and make it work in terms of the story. Because you actually set up the table, then I think you randomly roll which table edge you come in from, and your enemy gets the opposite. So it's balanced in the sense that you don't know where you're coming in from.
No.
Your opponent's at the same disadvantage as you are at the start of the game. And then after that, it's all just chaos anyways. So
that's it.
But it has motivated me to try and print up some extra terrain as well. But good news is 2x2 is very small. So it doesn't take much to fill it.
No. So good. Like great for a first game. It was great. I was like, oh, should I just call it? You know, the it's time to go thing feels a bit cheesy, but like, I was like envisioning this as like a TV show or a movie, and I'm pretty sure that's kind of what the general consensus is. That's how it is. Like you get story points as like, you know, rerolls, or like you can affect how everything happens. So I was like, well, the heroes always get out unscathed from when, you know, it's not looking good. So I was like, I don't know, found a portal or a manhole or something and got out of there all fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Well, they've slapped a flash grenade up there in the sky and then just booked it,
Exactly.
through a distraction, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of your rewards, you felt like you got credits and that's it. That was the downside of booking it.
Yeah. Didn't
What
get any
about,
gear, nothing like that. No skills or nothing.
and what kind of mission? Was that a Patron mission? Did you say?
No, it wasn't. It was a opportunity or something, I think they're called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
rolled for my planet and I needed a freelancing license to perform Patreon missions, which
Sure.
I purchased because I was like, well, I mean, I might stay here for a little while.
Sure.
But I was like, I don't know the whole Patreon quest thing, so maybe I'll just go
Sure.
like one of these like quick play missions, like
Cool. Yeah.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. It gives variety because I did a Patreon mission and I don't
Yeah.
know what the opportunity missions are. So was the opportunity mission it basically just like rolled you up a bunch of random stuff and just said, like
Pretty
you said,
much.
it's like a quick play.
Yeah, so that was what I read out earlier. So it was like the deployment, the objective, the enemy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It sounds exactly the same sort of method as a Patreon mission, but maybe I guess less rewards. But then again, who knows?
Possibly.
Because you bailed.
Yeah.
And did that cost you a story point? Is that what you said?
To bail?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah. I marked one off. I don't know. I could be wrong. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. But I spent one for it. I got 7, so I was like,
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Very sweet, dude. So you won. I mean, you won.
Yeah.
You got credits, your XP, you got crew.
Hell yeah, dude.
Your crew got XP.
Crew got XP. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. So yeah, that was mine, dude. Now slap us with yours.
All right. I'll do my best. So I want to quickly, so the world my crew is on. So as I mentioned earlier, I've got Zaven, Imba, Rel, and 4-3.
Yep.
Zaven got his ship after his long space mission, went to pick up his bro, Imba, who then had Rel. They all met on the ship together and it was like, hey guys, let's go. What's the first thing we want to do? And Rel was like, look, I've got some contacts on this planet called Lamorna 2.
Oh, okay.
And not much is known about Lamorna because they don't really like outsiders. They only let you stay for 3, what is campaign turns, but in my head, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Now, you can extend that visa if you know somebody or if you know some well-connected people.
Sure.
So we were like, well, that's fine. Let's go there. Let's talk to your contacts. Let's try and get some credits because that's all my crew care about. They just want to get some money, pay off the ship, and then just sort of live the life of nomads.
You have this thing of you want to pay off the ship or you want to own your own ship because it was the same for the Star Wars RPG. It's like
so true, dude.
You refused to buy beers at this cantina because you wanted to save up for a ship. It's like they're 2 credits each.
Yeah, I'm like, yes,
the ship's
exactly.
30,000.
And if I buy them, I'm 10 credits further away. Remember me doing the gambling at the cantina on our RPG just so I could try and get the ship on like our first session. Anyways, the quest for my own ship lives on in 5 parsecs from home.
Of course.
So it's funny because the first thing I did is like you get an opportunity to pay some credits off your ship on your campaign turn 1.
And you pay, how much did you pay off?
15 credits. So I've only got 10 left. And spoiler alert, I'm paying my ship off in turn 2.
How did you start with so many credits? I started with like 7 or something.
Did you really?
Yeah, fuck all. It was like was it 1 credit?
It's 1 credit per crew.
Plus 1d6, something like that?
Possibly. And then I know one of the roll-ups for Trader was, I think, an extra 1d6 credits, and I rolled a 6 on that.
Yeah.
I actually ended up with 18 credits or something.
Yeah.
At the start, and I paid 15 off the ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some real good rolls in terms of credits, but not much else. Like my crew have no savvy, no luck, no patron. 2 patrons. Nothing else really. It was pretty lackluster.
Yeah.
Which hurts. Not having savvy, I found hurts. When you're trying to make your characters go in that quick step.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, so we went to Lamorna 2. We were allowed to stay for 3 campaign turns.
Mm-hmm.
So the very first thing I did was I actually did the crew tasks. So I sent Zaven and Imber off to the market to go try and trade for some stuff. I sent Rel to explore, and I sent 4-3 to train. So
Okay. Yeah.
So 4-3 training just automatically gains him an XP. Zaven at the traders market found a worthless trinket,
Mm-hmm.
and Imber, being an actual trader, found 2 frack grenades and 1 dazzle grenade, or traded for them.
Nice. Yeah.
So that goes to show how good he is at trading.
Yeah.
And Rel actually found an arms dealer and bought a
Ooh.
shatter axe,
Okay.
which sounds bloody phenomenal. So the first thing I was like, well, I'm
Yep.
giving that to my leader. I'm giving that to Zaven.
Yeah.
So everyone came back after that and was like, hey, this is how our day's been. And Zaven gave Rel his worthless trinket and convinced her it was actually good. And she gave him a shatter axe.
Nice. It's a fair trade.
And Imber put all the grenades in the stash, but took 1 frack for himself, which will later, spoiler alert, make a difference. Now, we had 3 patrons, here on this planet that Rel knew from previous endeavors. So we went and met all of them, had a bit of a chat, and took a mission from one of them that was basically take 3 credits, extra credits, if you take the mission this turn. So we took that one.
Okay. I've noticed there's some missions where if you don't take them that turn, they expire and you can't take them again.
Oh, there you go. Well, I knew
Cool.
I knew if we didn't take this one this turn, it was gone.
Yeah.
I was really lucky in the roll up in terms of length because I had 3 Patreon missions.
Yeah.
One was this turn, one was this or next, and one was this or the next 2.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, well, there's my next 3 turns sorted, and then I have to book it off this planet. So
yeah.
Unless I can get an extended stay, wink, wink. So I equipped my crew. I equipped my crew. I gave Zaven a pistol and his shatter axe. I gave Imber a sniper rifle and a blade.
Yep.
Because in my head, it's my brother and he's always a sniper. So
yeah.
So he was a sniper. Rel was a bit more scrappy. She had a shotgun and a rifle of some kind. I forget what it's called. It was the same as one of yours. Laser?
Colony?
No.
Infantry laser?
Infantry laser. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she had that and a shotgun,
yeah.
which I've actually completely forgot about. Never used it. I'm only just remembering now. And then I gave 4-3 some other cool stuff, but you'll find out that meant nothing. So
yeah.
I'll skip ahead to the battle. We took the Patreon mission. We rolled up some criminal elements. We got the mission, after all the rolls and everything, it leveled out as I was fighting against some pirates that had taken a cargo bay ransom from our patron who works for a small corporation.
Yep.
So basically, they were one of their cargo ships had obviously landed at a bay and been taken by pirates. Now the pirates held that cargo bay and were just slowly siphoning goods out of the ship, and eventually their plan was to get reinforced and just take the ship and everything in the cargo bay.
Yeah.
So they sent us in, and our mission was to hold the field, so kill all the pirates.
Nice.
Now, I rolled what's called a small encounter. So I lose a crew, and the enemy loses 1 as well.
Okay.
So instead of rolling my already small crew of 4, I was rolling with 3.
Yeah.
And
that's rough.
It was super rough. Yeah. Although it's kind of equalized. So I should say I lose a crew, but the enemies lose an enemy. And if they still outnumber me, they lose another one.
Okay.
Which was really good for me because I rolled 7 pirates versus my 3 people. So they ended up rolling with 5 pirates. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Who didn't make the cut for your crew? Who did you leave behind?
4-3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I took all 3 humans.
Yeah.
Because Rel actually has some gear. She has a shield generator.
Okay.
So I was like, I can kind of, which means she gets an actual saving throw and a 5-up.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, that's cool. I can kind of throw her up on the field, and at least she can sort of tank some hits. Was my logic. Having never played 5 Parsecs, I was like, that feels right. So, my 5 pirates that I was against, and I took some photos of the pirates and where they were laid out on my little cargo bay, which was basically just all this different cargo stuff around, shipping containers, crates, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The benefit of my mission was like, if I held the field, I gained a loot roll, and then fighting pirates is if you hold the field, you gain an extra loot roll. Plus my 3 credits, I was like, if I can hold the field against these pirates, I'm making bank, man.
Yeah.
It's loot out the wazoo. So this is how my battle went. So turn 1. Oh, sorry, I'm just reading. Yeah. So I actually seized the initiative really easily because both Zaven and Imber have scanner bots, which was gear that I rolled up in the character creation.
I think I got one of those. I didn't use it though.
Well, a scanner bot, I think, just gives you +1 to your seize the initiative roll.
Oh,
so
okay.
having 2 of them gave me a +2, which was dope.
Is that an ongoing thing, or is that bot like burned now that you've used it once?
Oh, I thought it might have been ongoing. I haven't actually checked, so that's a good note. I'll make that.
Yeah.
I'll make that note. And if you hear me rustling papers, it's because as people in the Discord know, I had a lot of trouble with the program we used to track all of our data. So during my battle, I didn't trust it and pen and papered all the bish.
Yeah.
So, but none of my initiative stuff mattered because I actually rolled a natural 10, which is the seize the initiative roll anyways.
Nice.
So Ral moved up and got the drop. And she actually hit a crit.
Oh,
so
shit.
First turn, it's a 3v5. Yeah. I don't know how battle works at this stage, so I'm like, that's probably fair. 3 of my heroes versus 5 of their weak little pirates or whatever. So she moved up, hitting a crit, which killed someone instantly.
Yeah.
So immediately it's 3v4. I'm like, this game's easy. It's going to be a walkover. So then the lieutenant and a pirate moved up on the flank where Ral was, and tried to avenge their fallen comrade with a couple of shots. They peppered into her and missed.
Yeah.
There was a specialist with an auto rifle who snuck around some barrels up the middle of the field. So I've got 2 on the flank with Ral, and then 1 with an auto rifle moving up the middle. And he saw the glint of Imber's sniper rifle between some barrels in the middle of the field and took a pot shot and basically just lit up the sides of the shipping containers and completely didn't hit Imber at all.
Yeah.
And then the other pirate, the 4th one, just sort of moved up the other flank, which is where Zaven is heading, because there was another loot box on the actual field that if I got it, it was an extra loot roll.
Nice.
So my eyes lit up because I'm like, that's a potential 3 loot rolls. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So Zaven with his little pistol and his shatter axe is booking it to that. Imber's sitting up the back with his sniper and Rel's moving down on a flank. So Imber aimed and tried to squeeze a shot back at the auto rifle guy on turn 1. Missed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just miss galore. Apart from Rel's early snipe, everyone's missing. And then Zaven and the pirate on the flank are both sort of heading for that loot box, and they sort of surprise each other around the corner, and both take pot shots and miss.
Yeah.
So my turn 1 was just a bunch of bullets hitting metal, hitting containers, hitting shipping containers.
Oh yeah.
Nothing really happened. And turn 2, Zaven activated in the quick step.
Nice.
Because he's at this point already point blank with this other pirate over the loot container. It's basically him on one side of the loot container and the pirate on the other. So I was like, I better make him go first.
Oh yeah.
So he took a shot, which I thought was key, but he absolutely missed. And the pirate, and now the pirates activate in the enemy step, and he shot him back and hit and downed Zaven.
Oh,
so my leader,
shit.
turn 2, first shot, out.
Yeah.
And now I actually have no one near that loot container. So in my mind, I'm just like, when I saw how quickly my leader died, I was like, wait, well, hold up. Hold up. This isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
In fact, I've only got 2 people on the field right now, and they could just die in this exact turn.
So when he's down, do you remove the model from the table, or does he just like,
Yeah.
So he's
a
effectively
casualty.
killed. Like he's like off
Correct.
for the rest of the game or the rest of the
he's
round.
done.
Yeah.
Yep. He's absolutely downed. He's a casualty, and he may die in the injury roll. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and that's when the gravity of the game set in, and I was like, first of all, I fucking love that. I love how easily my leader just died because it's a bullet. It hit him.
Yeah.
It should. So,
yeah.
But I was also sweating bullets, and I'm like, I'm gonna get wiped this turn, and who knows? Because I've made these characters, me, my brother, and his love interest. Someone's dying. It's like a episode of Home and Away. It's like the season finale in turn 1. Anyway, so the specialist with the auto rifle moved up between those 2 shipping containers.
Yeah.
And then poked around the corner, and now he's got a clean shot on Rel out in the open. So he pops her, hits her twice, and I'm like, okay, it's over.
She's in
but
trouble.
her shield generator saves both.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
clutch.
But it was clutch. But then the 2 pirates that were up in front of her on her flank moved up a little bit more and finished her off.
Yeah.
So there goes Rel.
Sweet.
Now at this point, it's just Imba versus 4 pirates. So I'm like, oh my god. So he dashes to his left because he needs to reposition. He doesn't want to shoot, and he knows my mission's hold the field. I have to kill all 4 pirates.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 on the right, 1 in the middle, and 1 on the left. He dashes to the left because he's like, let's divide and conquer.
Yeah.
So end of round 2 finishes, and I decide, I'm like, it says there's these things called battle events, which is at the end of turn 2, you can roll this random table.
Yeah.
And something happens. And then at the end of turn 4, you roll a table and something happens. So I rolled a battle event at the end of turn 2 called Seize the Moment, which is I select 1 crew and they get to move and act in the quick and slow step.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, for someone with 1 crew member and 4 enemies, that's key.
Yeah.
So I chose Imba. No,
of course, it's a logical choice.
I thought so. So, unfortunately, Imba wasted his quick step and took a shot on the pirate on the left that just killed Zaven.
Yeah.
Now, he's got a sniper rifle. So, it's got a bunch of, it's made for just popping people. But alas, it did not.
No.
He took a shot and missed, and then all 4 pirates ran up. So, they all just basically sprinted.
Yeah.
2 took shots. So the pirate in front of him took a shot at him, and the guy with an auto rifle in the middle took a shot. All missed. Now, Imba got to activate again in the slow phase, and I was like, he's got a frag grenade. Let's see what that does. So he threw that at the guy with the auto rifle, because that auto rifle's like shooting 2 shots every turn. And I was like, can't have that. It's like 2 people.
Oh,
so he threw a frag grenade and blew him dead.
Nice.
Frag grenade absolutely destroyed that person. It was kind of wasted because it's like an area attack.
It vaporized one of them.
It vaporized a guy, and that ended that turn. Now, the way morale works is because it killed someone, I actually got to roll a dice, and I rolled a 1, which made one of the other dudes panic and leave.
Yep.
So he effectively killed 2 people that turn.
Yeah.
So now it's a 2v1.
2v1, yep.
2v1 going into turn 4.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 1, which means it's equal to his savvy. Mm-hmm. So he got to have a shot. And basically from here on, it's a bloodbath because the rest of the pirates are on him. However, he's got a blade and they don't. So the way it went from here is turn 4. One of them charged him and fought him. He won and knocked him back, but didn't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one sprinted up, took a shot, and missed. So now we go into turn 5. And the final shot, the final go, is the lieutenant moved up and charged him. and attacked him with the blade.
Yeah.
So Imber and the lieutenant had a fight. Imber won, but didn't kill him, so knocked him back.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other pirate charged him and lost and died.
Ooh.
And so now it's Stewie versus the lieutenant, and it's sorry, not Stewie, Imber. And now it's Imber's turn, and he charges the lieutenant and then kills him. So it was crazy because I went from this like 4v1 where it's like, oh, he's gonna die, let's try and take a few people down.
Yeah.
To he managed to 1v4 clutch and kill them all.
That sounds like every single battle royale game I've ever played with your brother.
Exactly. And I was like, how thematical.
Yeah.
With a sniper, he killed two, like he threw a grenade, killed someone, scared another one off. Yeah. And then like everything about him is all sniper, but I just happened to have a free blade. So I was like, well, give it to Imber. Yeah. And then when they charged him, man, I got so lucky every roll because with the other pirate, it's fine. When you roll off in a combat, in a brawl, it's like your roll versus theirs, but if you've got a blade, you add 2.
Yeah.
So the other pirate had nothing. So Imber was winning every one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Which was easy. But then when he fought the lieutenant, it was blade on blade. And he got so lucky. In fact, the final kill was a 6 to hit and then a 6 to kill instantly.
Nice.
So I ended up winning, but I could see so easily how I could have lost that game in like turn 2.
Yeah.
Literally turn 2. In fact, I counted it up. There was 7 attacks into Imber that missed in a row. And any one of those would have been a kill.
That's it. Oof.
So I was super lucky. Afterwards, the pirates actually, I rolled poorly, so the pirates became a rival of mine. So now I've got to deal with pirates on my case. So I guess they got pissed off. They went back. They said, look, we couldn't hold the cargo bay because of the smoke, which is this crew of ragtag. In fact, you don't have to care about them, but they've got this one sniper that's kind of ridiculous.
He's got to go.
He's got to go, so we're going to kill him. So they're all hunting Imber at this stage. But I completed a Patreon mission, so I added that Patreon to the contacts. I got paid 5 credits on my D6 roll. I rolled a 5 plus the 3 from the Patreon roll was an 8.
Nice.
I rolled one of the rewards was like vital info.
Yep.
Which gave me another corporate Patreon to roll up for the next turn if I want.
Yep.
And then for the loot, I got another 5 credits and a flat gun, which I haven't checked out yet, but it sounds dope.
Okay.
So it's now the injury roll.
Let's hear it. What happened?
So it was Rel and Zaven. Rel gained an XP. So her injury roll was the School of Hard Knocks. So basically, she's a rough and tumble gal, you know?
Yeah.
She's no stranger to a scrap, certainly more so than Zaven, who's kind of been on a ship mission, you know? Yeah. Not super scrappy. Yeah, a bit of a pussy, let's be honest. So she got 1 XP, and Zaven got it was called a severe injury that required immediate surgery.
Oh, wow.
So I had to pay 3 credits instantly. Which hurt because I was like, that's my ship. But I mean,
that's 10% of this ship.
I was like, do I need Zaven more than I need the ship?
Yeah.
Anyways, so at the end of it, Zaven lived, but it did cost me 3 credits. Rel gained an XP. So Zaven gained 1 XP, Imber gained 3, and Rel gained 2.
Yeah.
And I bought a blade at the end of it. You also do a heap of extra stuff afterwards, like you can invest in advanced training. I didn't do it; it's too expensive.
Oh, isn't it? 20 XP for like pilot training, and I was like, because I was like, oh yeah. Then I'm like,
yeah, you can spend credits.
Nope, too expensive.
It's so expensive.
Yeah,
it says you can spend any combination of credits, XP, or something else.
Yeah,
but I was like, nah, I'd rather pay off my ship. So, you can roll for a campaign event. Which I did, and mine was, in hindsight, it'll make a great story, and Zaven gained 1 luck.
Nice.
So basically, it just means that the event that I did was like, you know, we'll look back on this pirate thing and laugh, you know? Yeah. It'll make a great story when we tell about, which is ironic, because that's what we're doing, we're telling the story of it, so... Hopefully it made a great story.
I rolled for one of those on mine, a character event.
A character event, yeah.
Yeah, and Tamsin got you've had a lot of time you've had a lot of time to burn, which I think it gives me one use only activation in both the slow and the fast, I think, or something like that.
Very cool. Very cool.
I read it. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. So I'll just figure out that. But then you mentioned that one. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess maybe. So
yeah. So for the next battle, you can activate in both, which is cool.
I think I have to. That's from the top of my head. That's what I remember.
Sure.
Something like that. So
sure.
Yeah.
My character event was Imber's hunting rifle was damaged, so I got to figure out that one. I wish that had happened before, and I could have bought off the military table. I'll just give him a I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Figure something out because he needs that hunting rifle. In fact, actually, probably doesn't because he killed 0 people with his sniper. He killed 1 with a grenade and 2 with his blade. So maybe he's
grenades and knives.
Now. Yeah. In fact, he has 2 grenades still in the stash. So next time. So that was my battle. It was intense, man. Like first it was a 3v5, and I was like, I mean, they're pirates, and I'm me and my crew.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. And then I saw how quickly Zaven died, and I was like, oh, wait, never mind. Everyone can die just like a hiccup. It's so volatile how quickly you can, the ebbs and flows of battle. Like it's, crazy. Thematical, which is amazing, and intense, which is great too.
Hell yeah. Oh, so fun. I think I was sort of not apprehensive, but like the lead up to the game, like I had all weekend to do it and I didn't, right? I was just like, oh yeah, I'll do this and I'll do that. But once as soon as I set the table up, I was like, I'm so keen to play this. Like I can't wait. Like, it's gonna be awesome. And so glad that I did. I wish I had done it earlier because I probably would have played like 3 turns this weekend if I had have like known how much fun I was gonna have.
For sure. I feel the exact same. I actually talked to you earlier how I played a few games. Well, sorry, I played a game, but I played it wrong.
Yeah.
I missed a step, and I was sort of playing off the quick play, I would say, rules. I was playing like 5 Parsecs light, and I didn't really have a good time.
No.
And that in combination of like having issues with, like I had to keep rewriting my character rules because I was using a website that kept wiping it effectively.
Yeah.
I was like not vibing 5 Parsecs for like a good week, maybe 4 days or something.
Yeah.
But same as you, once I played the first proper game and put my stuff down on pen and paper and in a Google Doc, I was like, man, if I'd have done this a week ago, I would have played like 10 games by now. The only thing that would stop me maybe is like terrain, because I would feel like I don't have enough different terrain. But there's nothing stopping me from taking another Patron mission, rearranging my cargo bay and fighting in another cargo bay.
That's exactly it. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Maybe that's where all the tension in this place happens on Lamorna.
Yeah.
So
hell yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I actually, the 2x2 size, I frothed it.
Yeah. Yep.
It meant I don't need as much different terrain, like I'm actually printing a second building on my 3D printer. And when I put the 2 buildings on the table, that feels a good quarter of the table.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, even just those 2 little buildings, they're like this size. Here's one in my hands.
Yeah.
It's like a tiny little building for the viewers, for the eyeball receptors.
Yeah.
For those using their pupils, their irises and whatnot, and their retinas. So like 2 of these is all I needed to fill a full quarter of a table.
Yeah.
And that changes up the whole vibe of a place. So yeah, it was good. It was quick. It was fast. So what did you feel about the 2x2 after playing it?
I liked
Do you want to go
it.
bigger? Or
Maybe 3x3, maybe like 2.5 by 2.5.
Okay.
I felt like because what I was playing against were just coming at me, like they didn't have guns, they just had big claws.
Yeah.
They were on me very quickly. So
sure.
I felt like I got to the terminal too quickly too, maybe. Like I was like, wow, it's like the second or third turn I'm already pretty much here,
Yeah.
I sort of expected maybe more, but like at the same time, I don't know. It was, I don't know. I reckon I wouldn't not play it again. That's
at 2x2.
At 2x2, yeah. I'd hit 2x2 again. I think I'll try a 3x3. Can't see myself playing any bigger.
Sure.
unless it's something really specific mission wise, maybe. But like, yeah,
it's very cool in that you can sort of build the immersion levels based on what you want.
yeah,
For me, the fun parts for me are almost all the stuff that happens outside of battle. Although I froth the battle,
yeah,
I like that I can make this little 2x2 board, have us shooting on turn 1, have it fully resolved by turn 5, which, mind you say turn 5, and if you think full-scale war game, that's 3 hours, but in this, it's
yeah,
maybe 20 minutes?
yeah, half an
Yeah,
hour, yeah,
yeah. And
yeah,
so you can resolve it that quickly, or if you want this more drawn-out, rewarding positioning kind of vibe, yeah, you can go 4x4, litter it with terrain,
yeah,
and have your people 20 inches away from each other, sort of scaling cautiously through these. Yeah,
yeah,
you can do whatever you like, which is awesome.
hell yeah,
So
yeah,
overall, turn 1 of 5 parsecs, bloody phenomenal.
oh yeah, yep,
This game, I mean, it might be one of those things where I haven't played it enough and all the bad things about it come later, but this feels like a 9 out of 10 bloody game for me right now.
So you're digging it, man.
I'm frothing it. I'm
Yeah,
absolutely frothing it. The ability to have that much fun, and whilst you're in lockdown or
yeah,
whatever,
yep.
I was playing it in the living room while Sarah was watching, or the wife was watching. I can't even remember the Voice finale, and I'm just there rolling my dice, having a blast, and she's saying something about something, and I'm
You're
there,
nodding and
present.
agreeing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, So
yeah,
I just loved it. Yeah, absolutely had a blast.
yeah. I did your wife look at you when you like reacted to a role, or like did you like mutter to yourself or anything while you were playing, or is that just me?
I had one of the biggest fist pump euphoric moments I've ever had. For those on the camera, I've never been this animated in the game. Usually I'm like, yes, if I
Yeah,
get a good dice roll. But for this one, when Imba hit that grenade,
yeah,
and I was like, that's great. I was like, yes, good. And then
yeah,
the other person fleed. I was in
yeah.
full like, I was
Yeah,
hyped, and I didn't
yeah.
care that Sarah witnessed it. And the same thing happened again when, in one turn, he cut down the pirate and then cut down the lieutenant, and I won.
Yeah,
And I was just like, oh man,
yeah,
I was hyped. So, and I've never had that in a war game, and that was campaign turn 1. So
yeah. Hell yeah.
it might have just been the whole having this moment where I conceded in my head. It was a
Yeah.
4v1. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay,
It
I'm
wasn't
done.
looking good. You're
Nah.
up shit creek, dude, without a paddle, and it was
If the person with a shield generator just got popped by 2 normal pirates, how's this bloke going to go with 4 pirates on his tail? So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
loved it, dude. Loved it.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Would recommend.
Definitely, definitely. I hope that you guys listening have been, if your curiosity has been piqued. I know a lot of the homies in the Discord have been picking up the game. Like some of the guys, like I know I saw Hockers and he's like, all right, you've convinced me, and like went
Yeah.
out, bought the ship. He's
Yep.
like scratch building his own ship, which has almost no gameplay aspect, but he's just doing it like because it adds that fluff and that narrative and immersion, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I love this. I love this shit. Everyone comes together and because gets so
Yeah.
hyped collectively around one game.
It's been,
Yeah.
I would say safely, it's been our most active Discord channel over
Oh
the last
yeah,
2 weeks.
dude. I was looking in the hobby lobby like yesterday. I'm like, there's like 4 things being mentioned in this all day, and like 5
Yeah.
parsecs has like 47 notifications. It's just like
Yeah.
it's like fuck.
It's like the 5 parsecs is the new hobby lobby because everyone's
Pretty
playing
much.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if
Yeah,
you
it's very
haven't, check out our Discord. You can find links on hobbyhomies.com.
Yep.
You can also find links there, all our other good stuff too, our shop, our YouTube channel if you're listening to this not on YouTube. And if you are listening on YouTube, you can find our Spotify and all other stuff there. So if you can give us a like and a follow and a thumbs up and a subscribe.
Yeah, whatever
that'd be
method
good.
of appreciation or notification you
Yeah.
can subscribe to. It all helps,
It helps us so much, and we just keep doing this shit. We love it. We love finding these new games and playing these new games, and keen.
Yeah, that's it. There's some games that blindside us. Like we're like, oh, this game's interesting, and we try it, and we're like, yeah, sweet, that's fine, that's not bad. But Parsecs just feels like one of those diamonds in the rough. So
hell yeah,
so good, so good. But yeah, it's not all we'll cover. If you're listening to this, and you're like, damn, I love 5 Parsecs. I hope that's all that they'll ever talk about.
No,
I'm afraid it's not. You'll probably get one of these episodes a month, maybe. If we get real. But if you love it, jump in the Discord, because that's the thing. All these games we cover, although we only talk about them once a month on our podcast, new episodes every Sunday, they're mentioned in the Discord 24/7 or as much as you like. So
there's always a homie talking about one of these games,
That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that we are playing currently that none of the other homies are. So
yeah, that's it. Also, just quickly, I would like to thank everyone who listened to Mental Health Magic and Miniatures. I've had a few people write in as well, which is so awesome.
Amazing, dude.
People actually sending emails. Sick. So thank you. I won't name names, but thank you so much. And keeping that sort of conversation going.
So that's not on our YouTube channel, but it's on all of our other.
Yes, it's all on our audio, like Spotify, iTunes, all those podcast apps and stuff.
Yeah,
it's all over that. I signed up to iHeartRadio, so we should be on there now.
Dope, dude. Just another one.
Yeah, just another one, dude. Just another one.
Yeah.
So yeah, all those apps where you find podcasts, you should find us. If you don't, that app's probably not good.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I'd go so far to say it's garbage, and you should uninstall it and give it a 1-star rating.
True.
And go use one that has us on it.
Yep.
Unless you think we're garbage, in which case, keep using your app, because then you can avoid us.
Yeah. As always, massive shout out to our patrons. You guys help keep us do this, especially in times of lockdown like this.
Yeah.
So massive thank you to Burnsy, Whack, Final, Joey P, Hockey, MJ, Lethal, Moose, and Penny.
Elko, Arkham, Dave, Churchy, Rad, Oliver, Hockers, Aggro, Gritty. It's funny looking down this list of names. You're all so bloody incredible. Like, you're in the Discord. You're half the reason we play the games that we play. You enter our competitions and paint incredible models. You inspire us to do hobby. You are the hobby homies,
Hell yeah.
And even those in the Discord that don't support us on Patreon, but get around our Facebook posts, chat in the Discord. Yeah, you're all incredible. Over 100 episodes, the 21st ranked hobby podcast in Australia.
We're climbing slowly, dude.
We're climbing slowly. We're crawling up those other 20 hobby podcasts. They better watch out.
Remember we made the top 10 in the Netherlands or something for a week?
It was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. I've got the trophy in my on my cabinet, all the way from the Netherlands. Number 8 hobby podcast in the Netherlands. Thank you, Final Dinosaur, or whoever was using the proxy at the time.
Gotta be Final.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah.
You're all amazing. We couldn't do this without you. We wouldn't do this without you. It'd just be me and Shane talking the exact same stuff, but it wouldn't be recorded and uploaded to the interwebs. So
no, that's
thank you so much.
So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next week.
For our episode on... No, we got no idea. That's the thing. That's the beautiful thing. You don't know what you're going to get. It's a lucky thing.
I mean...
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Hooroo.